welcome to the LuvKnotz podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Strubman, and owner of LuvKnotz on Etsy. This is a crochet, knitting, and dyeing, and spinning podcast. We're going to probably go over some of my whips, my finished objects, what I'm casting on next. The giveaway's over, but I'm thinking about what I'm going to do for the next one. I have a few ideas. Also probably go over what I'm reading, some swaps that I'm in, and Q&A, of course. And if you hear a little, jingling or fast running or whatever is happening with my dog right now, he's chasing his tail, which I swear he spends about 50% of his day doing. Pluto. Just like children. You say louder, they just don't care. They don't listen. They don't pay attention. They just don't care. Go lay down, you big weirdo. So I did do an Etsy update with some fibers this time. Some gradient fibers. Since I've been out of work, I haven't really had the funds. All of my extra Etsy funds are, even when I don't have kids in the house, things happen and I have to pause. It's stupid, ridiculous. So I'm drinking some tea, just some Tazo Zen tea. I really need some Zen today. Don't talk to me like that. I'm not feeling very well. I've been really congested. I'm not sure if it's allergies or, what's going on, but I got a voicemail. I don't care. They can wait. So I updated the Etsy shop with some fibers. Because I haven't been able to buy any yarn recently. All my money's going to pay some bills until my benefits fall through. So I'm going to show you some of the fibers that I made that are in the Etsy shop right now. This is... didn't look very well, Rachel. This is my rainbow braid. These are 100% merino. And they're all about 4 ounces. Probably a little bit over 4 ounces. This one's a gradient green, which I really like. And they're so super soft. I just wanna make a blankie and sleep on it. Oh, I've got a gradient orange here. The gradient blue turned out really well. I kind of want to keep this one for myself. It's kind of drooly. A gradient yellow. I'm pretty true to color here. The sun keeps coming and going, so if it gets dark, I apologize. And here is the gradient purple, which also turned out really well. So if these don't sell in my shop, I'm thinking about taking a few down, spinning them up, fingering weight. Trying to sell them that way. If you're interested, if anyone is interested in having one of these spun up anyway, in a thick and thin, a bulky, a worsted weight, fingering weight. I don't usually do lace weight. I can't do 2-ply, whatever. But if you're interested in having any of these spun up so that you can have some hand spun, just contact me, message me via Etsy, let me know which one you're looking at, and we can converse about that. So that's the Etsy shop update. Oh yeah, I did, in a bag, silly Walmart bag, but I did dye some Wensleydale locks, which, yeah, let's just grab a whole bunch here. In a very pretty purple. They're so pretty. And I think they're about a 6-inch staple length. I think I'm going to keep some of these. I put 3 ounces up in the shop, and I have about 5, so I'm keeping 2 ounces for myself. I'm going to use them as fringe on a scarf or a shawl or something. I just love the way it looks. It's so artsy-fartsy. Just gives it that little extra boost of artistic love. But of course I'm not working on a purple shawl right now, so that's going to have to wait. I'll just hold on to that for a little while. Excuse me. So, how are you all doing? Hope you're doing well. I hope your knitting's going well. I hope you're enjoying podcasts. I'm way behind on podcasts. I recently put a bunch of stuff into my watch later. And I'm watching it slowly. But I had some really good shows I was watching for a while. So the podcast kind of took a back seat for a little bit. But now I'm catching up. Slowly but surely, guys. I'm coming along. Oh, yes, I needed that. Stash enhancement. The only thing I have for stash enhancement is the blue yarn that I bought for my Potter shawl, which I haven't cast on yet. When I got it, I was so excited, but I had to finish my mom's stripe study, I'm sorry. Y'all didn't know it was for my mama. If you're on Instagram, you know it was for my mom. The special person that I made the stripe study shawl for was for my mom for Mother's Day. So I was so busy working on that, trying to get that done in a timely fashion that I didn't have time to cast this on. Excuse me. I'm just feeling under the weather. But I did cake it up. This is the really lovely blue that I didn't think I could replicate with the dyes that I already have. So this is Woollamy's Twin. 80% Merino Superwash and 20% PA. 150 grams per skein, 510 yards each. And it has a bit of a semi-solid look. So this is, well, I don't know why I'm taking that off with a hank. I didn't wind the other hank because I don't like to keep them in cakes. So I'm kind of upset with myself that I haven't cast this on yet. There we go. They're light catching it. It's really pretty. So kind of upset that I haven't been able to cast this on, but then I realized that the pattern's like $8 and I can't really justify spending $8 on a pattern right now with everything that's going on. So I'm trying to scrump and save, people. Trying to be a good girl. It's really hard. So that's my only stash enhancement. But I do have a few trades on the way. I traded Carol. You know, at the beginning of this, I was going to have open my computer because it has all my info on it. But of course, I'm silly and didn't do that, so let me get it out here. One of the girls messaged me on Twitter and said that they loved my yarn, my gray rainbow. So I traded her a skein of the gray rainbow and some yarn ball stitch markers for some of her hand glass blown stitch markers, and a skein of, I think it's called Sunshine. It's bright yellow, and I kind of like the way it depends on the yellow whether it washes me out or looks good, but it's a good summer color, so I thought it would look good, and lots of yardage, so plenty for a shawlette or something airy for summer. So that's one trade I'm doing. I'm also doing another trade for some gradient dyed yarn for 2 project bags, which I'm really excited about. One of them is done. She showed me a picture on Facebook, and it's like tattoo fabric. Love it. Looks so cool. And I had another person surprise me. Barb Shoe surprised me with one of the patterns of fabric that I wanted on a bag, which was Starry Night. I was so excited I almost peed my pants. I went to school for accounting. Then I changed my major to fine arts, and I did so many art classes, so many art history classes. I became obsessed with art, and behind you over there on my bookshelf is just an entire row of artist books. There's Dali and Monet and Matisse, a bunch of others, but Starry Night is one of my favorites. I had a copy of it on my wall at college, so I actually had it on my wall at Truman when I was studying accounting, but I took art classes when I was doing accounting because I wanted to have fun too. Anyway, so she tagged me in this photo on Facebook of the, sorry, my tablet's like, because I haven't turned it on in a really long time. It's like, hey, you have all these messages that I've already seen. So she tagged me in this photo on Facebook, and it was just to die for. I was so excited. It was something that was on my wish list, which I need to update because I have quite a few other things that I want to add on there. I really want, tangent, I really want an origami owl bracelet with my LuvKnotz stuff and some Yarnie things, but oh my gosh, do you know how expensive those bracelets are? Like the one I picked out, okay, and I have a cousin who does origami owl, so I was all like, family hookup. $80? $80 for a bracelet. Now come on. I guess if it's like comparable to like Pandora or whatever. I don't know. I can't justify $80 for a bracelet. It sure would be nice though. So I'm adding it to my wish list so I don't forget about it for later. Now there's a couple other things I want to put on there too, but those are all, sorry about the extended issues. That was a call from the elementary school. My poor son got tripped in PE. She thinks by accident, but she is unsure in that he got his feelings hurt. He has a big bump on his head, but that he's fine. Poor guy. Excuse me. Poor guy is super sensitive, so I'm sure he will be upset about it by the time he comes So back to the bag. The Starry Night bag that Barbara made for me. I didn't ask her to make that. She did that of her own will, but I am so excited and happy to have one that I think I'm going to do some hand spun for her. She deserves something super special. You're going to have to forgive me today. Sorry, guys. Also, the other trade with the yellow yarn and the blown glass, that was Carolyn, and she is on Twitter at Kralaylien, at Kralaylien. And she has her own little shop where she's putting in some hand-dyed yarns and a bunch of glass-blown stitch markers, which are all very super gorgeous. Go check her out. On to whips. Oh, wait a minute. Trades. So I did the trade for the Highs with Jackie. This includes, I guess, one of my whips, which I'll pull out now, and then we'll talk about / wannabe trades. So if you're interested in trades, pay attention. I am working on I'm glad I finished that last night. A memory blanket. Or sock yarn blanket, whatever, out of sock yarn. So I have my 6 squares. I realized this is my first square that I did. After I did my first square, I realized that all the other yarns that I have left over that are sock weight are solids. Every single one of them. Every single one. That's going to be annoying. Sorry, guys. So, I need some more variegateds. Help! Let's do some sock yarn trades. So I have this first square, which was the Tess yarn from my Hermione's Everyday Socks. Then this one was out of some alpaca yarn. Excuse me. Moment to reflect. What is that from, like the Ninja Turtles movie or something? Because I'm awesome, even when I don't feel good. Okay, this one is from a triangle shawl that is in my Etsy shop. It's an alpaca yarn. It's kind of fuzzy, super soft. This one is from another triangle shawl that was a custom order. This was the end of a gradient. And this one was dyed by What the Flock hand dyed. This one is just some of my own sock yarn. I had dyed it for another project, for a crochet shawl that I bought the pattern for and never created. So, excuse me. This is in plum. It's like a semi-solid. That white part right there because I tied it too tight. It's one of my first dye experiments. So, and this is also my yarn. This is an aqua sock yarn. I'm always amazed at how much softer my sock yarn is compared to other people's sock yarn. I don't know what it is. Like, even this Tess yarn is not as soft as my sock yarn. Anyway, so my sock yarn is soft. This last one is actually my notebook. I absolutely hate this tablet. I hate it. This was just a sample sent to me. It's an MCN that I purchased. Well, I was going to purchase some yarn from this company a couple of years ago to make my sister and my mom some cashmere fingerless gloves, but I'm really glad that I asked because my mom and sister are both allergic to cashmere. So this was actually a sample from Kismet Fiberworks, and they have some gorgeous yarns. Their shop's not very full right now. I went and checked it out, but so pretty and so soft. So there is my little memory blanket or sock blanket, sock yarn blanket, whatever you want to call it. It is up on my project page. I actually updated a lot of my projects on Ravelry, not nearly all of them, but all of them that I still had photos of on my phone. So I'm looking for mini skeins. I still have about probably 2 mini skeins of this, 1 of these. I used all of this. Let's see. Yep, I still have 1 of this, 1 of this, and 1 of this. So I will have more, but currently I have 6 mini skeins available for trade if anyone wants to trade for other mini skeins. Of course, I'm going to put like other cool stuff in there because I'm awesome. But this is my cool little blankie so far. It's absolutely tiny, but I love it, and it's adorable, and I cannot wait to work on it more. Super fun and simple. And I'm using the Memory Blanket by Georgie Hallam, which actually calls for, I think, a sport weight yarn, but I'm just using my sock needles, so I'm using a size 1 on my Chai Goose and my sock yarns. So I'm going to put a thread in the Ravelry group for mini skein swap. If you're interested, go to the Ravelry group, which is LuvKnotz Podcast, and put your name up there, message me your address, whatever. I'll probably put my address up there so that if you want to go ahead and just send it, then I'll have your address and I'll send you some back, or however you want to do it. Contact me, get on the board, or send it off, whatever. So my other whips are my sockhead hat. I haven't done anything on this. I'm really not liking the colors anymore, the purple variegated that I dyed. I mean, I like the colors, I just don't, I don't know. Right now I don't really need a hat, so I'm not even working on that. It's just still on the needles. What I am working on is I started to do some socks in my, I did the trade with Jackie Sings 88 for the Hayas, and I wanted to cast on some socks, so I did. And I also wanted to see how my gray and rainbow knit up into socks. So I decided to use my skein for some socks instead of my socket hat. And I am doing the How I Make My Socks pattern, which is just like a vanilla socks pattern. And that's by Susan B. Anderson. And the sun went away. Jerk. Jerk. This is how it's knitting up. Really cool. Striping with the semi-solid gray. It's kind of actually a spiral going around. It's a continuous color all the way around. So it is definitely a spiral, but it looks like stripes. But I chose the skein that I actually didn't put much pink in because I'm not a pinky girl. We all know this from future podcasts. So I chose the one that had like very little pink in it, and that's how it's ending up. I absolutely love it. These socks are going to be awesome, and they're so easy just with the stockinette going around and around. So that's what I'm using said Rainbow Damble yarn for. It looks really washed out with the sun gone, but whatever. I do what I want. So the other thing I'm working on is a Razzle shawl. And if you don't know what a Razzle shawl is, let me tell you. Allie Coffey from the Caffeinated Knitting podcast. Her co-host is Caffeinated Gert. She has designed a pattern, well, 3 shawl patterns and hat pattern. And the 3 shawl patterns are Razzle, Dazzle, and Frazzled. Well, I decided to do Razzle because it's a 2 colorway shawl. And I decided to use, oh, I'm all twisted here, a green for the, let's see if I can get a picture. Let's see, Razzle, Razzle, Razzle Dazzle, Razzle Dazzle. It's just Razzle, not Dazzle. Oh, such a loser. So I decided to do a green bottom stripe here. Let's see if I can get a picture without showing you here. Pattern, because it is a paid pattern. It's $3. But it's got that one stripe, the one stripe of color, and then the main body color. So my stripe color is green. I used a skein of, and I went up a size in the needles too because I'm using some hand spun for my main color, and I didn't want it to be too tight. And whatever, I'm a big girl, the bigger the better. So I'm using this, I use this green for my main stripe. It's a Peruvian collection, baby silk. It is 80% baby alpaca, 20% silk. Spun in Peru. But there's my stripe, and then I'm using the fingering weight hand spun that I did for the main part. Here is the whole thing. So I have quite a way to go. This pattern is addicting. It's so much fun. Short rows are so much fun. I'm probably not going to say that at the end of this because I thought short rows were fun when I was doing the Stripe Study shawl, and then at the very end of the Stripe Study shawl I was like, hurry up and end already. So I'm sure I'll feel that way about this, but it is really fun. It's definitely a TV knit, but you know, it's just garter stitch in short rows, and you can't see the sparkle, but it's very sparkly in here. And this one is the, it was spun from AJ's Handmade Creations. And it was gold sparkle, 75% merino, and I don't know, 17.5% some other micron of merino, and then 7.5% of gold stellina in the colorway monochrome. And I had 422 yards, which the pattern only calls for 320 yards. So I figured, even though I went up a size in needles, that I'd have plenty of yardage. So you could kind of see the sparkle in there. But it turned out real gorgeous. And that's what I'm using for my shawl. It looks even prettier knit. I love it. It looks gorgeous. I kind of wish I'd used a brighter color for down here, but I really will wear this with the green on it. It's a good office wear when I get a job. Oh, we'll talk about that later. But the Razzle shawl by Allie Coffey, I highly suggest it. It's super fun. I'm loving it. It's real. Everything I'm knitting right now is very fun. I'm having a really hard time keeping my hands on one project. I get halfway through one of the little squares on my memory blanket, and I'm like, I want to work on my shawl now. So I put it down and I start to work on my shawl, and then I'm like, I gotta finish that square. So go back to the square. It's just ridiculous. I'm getting myself into a whole heap of madness here. Plus, I just love knitting with my own sock yarn because it's so soft. And I can't wait to see how those socks turn out. So, of course, I'm like stuck on knitting those as well. But hopefully I'll have some of those as an FO for in 2 weeks' time for the next podcast. So those are my only whips. I did finish the striped study shawl in time for my mother. And if you are on Instagram, then you probably saw the picture of her wearing it. She really liked it. She is very much a black and white and red type person. She does have some grays that she wears, but I figured the gray and the red would complement any black and white that she would wear. So I actually showed up to give it to her, and she was wearing a dress that was red, white, and black. So it actually went with her dress. It's kind of funny. But those are the pictures that I put on Instagram. And I'll try to insert a photo. And I'll try to insert a photo here or insert them at the end so that you can see finished project. The only other finished project I have, both I don't have to show you obviously because I've already been given away, is the baby R2-D2 hat. So I of course gave that to its owner. So I will put a picture of it in here and you guys can see that, or it's on my project page. Like I said, I put a lot of projects up on Ravelry. Not nearly all of them, because that would take a very, very long time. But I tried to associate patterns with everything that I had used a pattern for, and at least get them on there so that I can edit them later. But other than those, I really haven't gotten any finished objects. I'm obviously not feeling well today, and I've just been, you know, I don't know if any of you have ever felt like this with having lost a job, but you know, the first 2 weeks I was just determined to go get a job, determined that I was gonna get through this funk, determined, and I'm still determined. I know it's not gonna take long. I've been on God knows how many interviews, and it hasn't even been 3 weeks yet. I've been on at least 12 interviews, which is, I think, a lot for only 3 weeks. I mean, some people don't get interviews for weeks. But other than that, I mean, I guess I kind of hit a slump where I'm really tired all the time and I just want to lounge around, and I don't want to go anywhere. I don't have any money to go do anything. So it's kind of, I'm feeling a little sluggish, and I don't like it at all. I don't like being in that slump. So we will see how things go. I am casting on I'm working on a Stormtrooper blanket for a baby, which I should have for next podcast. Yes. That doesn't take me long at all. I think I'm going to do the Allie Coffey Make It Work hat. Not exactly sure what yarn I'm going to use for that. Probably a semi-solid or a variegated. But I really like her Make It Work hat. Of course, I'll be casting on the powder shawl with my green, or my blue yarn that I have caked up here. It's just staring at me. Rachel, knit me. Knit me. So I'll be casting that on, and then of course I'll be doing some spinning. I'm going to have to do some spinning for Barb because she deserves it. And, if anyone wants one of these gradients that I put up in the shop spinner, let me know. I'll probably spin some up anyway, but if you don't let me know that you want it, I have a really hard time not keeping my own hand spun whenever it's fingering weight. Especially with how that monochrome is knitting up. You're not getting that from me. Nope. Denied. So the giveaway is over. I didn't have any Q&A in the Ravelry group over the last couple of weeks. What's up, guys? Hello? Questions? Anyone? Any questions? I am going to talk a little bit about my tattoos again, because we did 3 on the last podcast and I have 12, so we'll go over a couple more. I want to invite everyone. We are doing a VKN night. Well, a virtual knit night, so I shouldn't say virtual knit night. A VKN, a virtual knit night. Little Panda 518, who is Amanda Loggins and the host of the Stitching You and More podcast, and I are doing a VKN on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We would love it if you would join us. I understand some of you are upset because of time zone issues with excuse me, with being halfway around the world. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. But if you're interested, I mean, if you have some time one day and you, I've got nothing but time right now, so if you're just messing around one day and want a VKN with me or Amanda or whoever, message me on Ravelry. And if I'm not doing anything, I'll pop on. I'll talk to you and knit. Amanda and I and Barb did that the other day on Friday night. Yay, Friday night. We're in a VKN. We need to chill it out. We're getting a little wild. So, VKN, Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll be there. Amanda will be there. Some of our friends will be there. Amanda won't be there this evening. It's the 18th. This is podcasting on the 18th, so she won't be there tonight, but she should be there next week. So come and join us. Have some fun. Chitter chatter. We're usually there till about 10:30 p.m. and sometimes later. It really depends on who's who, what's what, and who wants to stay up and knit late. Because Rachel doesn't have a job, so she didn't really have to do much. So tattoos. Let's see. This one right here on my chest, which is huge, was actually 1, 3 different tattoos. The green leafy part was actually a black tribal that I got when I was 19 or so. It faded quite a bit over the years, and I decided that I didn't want it to just be a tribal anymore. I wanted to add to it. So I added this first, the locket first. It's just a heart locket with a keyhole. And that's symbolic for me. I've had a lot of heartbreak in my life, and I kind of feel locked up inside about it. So it's really hard for me to open up to anyone. And I think anyone worth the time is going to put in that effort. So just asking me who's got the key or can I have the key is not going to work, people. My cute little 3-year-old all the time, Mommy, I'll find the key for you. He's such a sweetheart. He makes my heart melt. So then I decided, I went in and had my artist, he actually just drew it on my chest. He had the birds drawn up and put those on with the adhesive paper, but everything else he just drew up. There's flowers and just some viney stuff, you know, just some sort of leafy vines type structure. I wanted something earthy, and I definitely wanted the swallows, and I wanted them to match. So I have those. It's a very large chest piece. He wanted to do like some sort of sunset in the back. I wasn't comfortable going up further on my neck just yet. So that is my chest tattoo. It doesn't have too much meaning other than I have a lot of respect for the earth, for earthy things, animals, plants, just hippie-wise, I guess, my love for all living things. So that is that one. Let's see what else we've got. Excuse me. We've got, I don't know if you can see it or not. I've got some stars back here, which are just stars. I actually had a side shave for a while, so shaved the side of my head over here. I actually had 2 side shaves at one time, but I started with this one, had a side shave, and decided that I wanted to have a tattoo go up the side of my head. So I got those stars, which they actually do go up into my hair. So it is pretty cool. I wish I could still pull off the side shave. Not right now. Nope. Not while Rachel's a little chunkier than she usually is. So, if I ever get down to that gorgeous, ideal redhead weight, like I was at, then I'll consider it again. Not like fat people can't have side shaves. I'm just saying, I don't think it would look good right now. So there's a couple of tattoos for you. Here's the big one. So the job search is going well. I don't know if I was just applying for the wrong things or just not giving myself the worth that I feel I deserve before, but I feel like this time in applying for jobs, I have really started applying for things that are career and pay well, and they're good jobs. They're not just a job. It's a career. So I'm excited to see where everything takes me. Like I said, I've had quite a few interviews. I had one this morning at a CPA firm where they just needed an assistant. So it sounds very probable that I could work there and do a great job, and I'm excited to hopefully hear back from them. This is me attempting to knit while podcasting. So if I don't look up with my beautiful brown eyes, it's because I'm knitting. The interviews have gone really well. I've had quite a few very good ones. I think everything's gone really well. I feel highly qualified for everything that I've interviewed for. Only one job has gotten back to me that they have made a decision, and that was actually the job I was asking for prayers and thoughts on. And they decided to go with another candidate because they had specific medical career experience. So I did not get that position, but I am still in high hopes that I will get something that I am highly qualified for and deserve and pay. So I'm not worried. I'm worried about keeping it together until then. Money-wise, I'm not super freaking out. I just, if all the necessities were free in life, how happy we would all be. I'm not talking about the extras. I mean, if they gave all of us a flat and said, here you go. You want to upgrade to a house, or you want to upgrade to, a $50 million home, or you want to upgrade to this, then you pay to upgrade, but here is where you live. This is what's free from the government. We're all people, and we all need someplace to live. But whatever, that's just my thought. Who cares? I have no idea how any of that would go into place, and whatever. I'm just spouting crap because I can. Darn it. I'm all twisted up here. Stop it, yarn. Thank you. So interviews are going well. I didn't get that one job, but there's plenty more on the horizon, and I'm still have more interviews to come. Still have plenty more job prospects to enter into. So I'm really hoping to get something soon. Not fretting. But I also will be listing some of my stitch markers and stitch marker earrings, the yarn ball earrings, in my shop in case anyone is interested. And also, all of my hand spun yarn is 50% off in my shop. If it's already been created, it is 50% off. You can use coupon code DSTASH, DESTASH, DSTASH. Yep. Stupid, I had to actually spell that out for myself. What a moron. Anyway, coupon code DSTASH and my Etsy shop, which is linked down in the show notes or down bar. You can use that on any hand spun yarn to get 50% off in my shop. So go, use it. Get it out of there. It's mostly bulky weight. There are a few worsted weights in there. There's some thick and thin. There's, plenty to look at. So go check it out. Go, see if you can find something for a project. It'll be fun. Yay! So, I haven't had much money to buy any extra yarns, which makes me sad. I mean, on the, stash enhancement and being on a yarn diet and fiber diet, it's helpful. I don't have any money, so I'm not buying anything. But at the same time, I'm sad I can't, even purchase blank yarns right now to dye. I have a really good time. I enjoy creating. So when I get a little damper in my creating, Rachel gets a little crabby. So, not cray, just crabby. I get crabby. I get down. I get sad. But that is what it is, and it's just a part of life right now, and things will pick up again. I have no worries about that. Still have quite a few gradients and some semi-solids in the shop. So if you're interested, go check those out. Unfortunately, those are not 50% off. But the hand spun is, so use that discount if you're using any hand spun or getting any hand spun. On an upside, being off work and applying for jobs and going to interviews has given me a lot more time knitting and relaxing and reading. I am still reading the Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I actually went and got the library book because I don't know what it is about physical books. I love having a physical book in my hand. I don't want a tablet in my hand. I want a book in my hand. I don't want to be scrolling pages. I want to turn pages. I want to smell that book smell. So I went and got it from the library. And so I'm reading it that way, which is actually turning out a lot better that I'm reading it that way because I'm enjoying it a lot more and actually making time for it. So I'm reading, I'm relaxing, I'm knitting, I'm really having a good time on my little hiatus / break / Rachel got fired. But also spending time with the kids. I get Ewan on the bus in the morning, and I get him off the bus in the afternoon. And usually I have Rory here all day, but I had an interview this morning, so he's been with my mom today. Excuse me. So, even just hanging out with him and spending some time with him, he is absolutely bored with me, though. He just about every day asks me, is it a grandma's day now? Is it a grandma's day now? For the first couple of weeks, he was happy to spend some extra time with mommy because he doesn't get to see me much. But, it's been a couple of weeks now, and he lost not only his in-home daycare, but my mom watching him while I was at work. So he's lost a lot of people he sees during the day, little kids he gets to play with and whatnot, because I have him most of the time. So he's been such a good boy. He's been a good sport. We get out and go to the park and we, do things, but I even took them to the zoo a couple weeks ago, but he's just tired of me. He don't want to be around me anymore. He wants to be around Grandma. He wants to go to Grandma's house. Can we go here? Can we go there? And of course, all I can think about is gas money and I'm such a party pooper. I'm a party pooper to my kids. But he did get a new 3-wheel scooter from his cousin, so he's been riding that around. He's having a blast with that. Super cute little man on his super fast little 3-wheel scooter. And Pluto's been good. We went to the vet Saturday, And he got some booster shots, a dewormer, and we scheduled his, what do you call it, the ball chopper offer? Castration? Neutering. Sounds so much nicer. Neutering. So we scheduled that, and he's going in this coming weekend, to go have that done. It'll be an all-day thing, so he'll be a sad puppy when he comes home. Tired and sad puppy, maybe. Anyway, I hope it chills him out a little bit. He's been very hyper, which has mainly been okay, but he's been nibbling at the kids a little too much. So I'm really hoping this tames him down a little bit. We'll see how it goes. It was our plan from the start, so don't try to talk me out of it. It's not going to happen. We're cutting it off. Cutting them off. Cutting them off. Ew. Anyway, Shawl gets spoiled afterwards. He always gets spoiled. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I hope that you've had plenty of knit time and have been relaxing. And thank you to everyone who messaged me on Ravelry and has been keeping me in high spirits. I had a couple of people just message me and say, I was thinking about you today, and I really wanted to message you and tell you this, and I'm thinking about you, and it's really touching, and I really enjoy those messages, guys. They couldn't come at a better time. And I'm just very thankful to have such good friends after just a few short podcasts of getting to know you, which is another reason I hope you guys join in on the VKN, so that, we can chit-chat, we can get to know each other better, we can talk to each other live. So come join and talk with me, and thank you so much to everyone. Thank you for the swaps, thank you for the fun, and I look forward to mini skein heaven and and finishing my whips. I'm super excited, so I'm going to go probably enjoy some time by myself until I get the kids off the bus. I hope everyone is having a great time, a great week. And I think I'm going to create a thread on Ravelry for FOs. I want to see what you guys are working on. Maybe I'll create one for whips and one for FOs. Show me what you're working with. That is what it's going to say. Show me what you're working with is going to be for whips, and then we'll have a thread for FOs too. Because I want to see other people's projects. I want to see what you're working on. Maybe I have a skinny arm that's just calling that pattern's name. So I'm going to add some stuff up into the Ravelry group, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. I very much look forward to seeing you on the VKN tonight, and also next Monday on calendar. Insert calendar here. Tonight, the 18th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and May 25th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you guys on the VKN. If you have never done a VKN before, go to the Ravelry group, find the VKN thread, and I will put a link right before the VKN time with the address for the VKN. All you need is a camera, microphone, and that's it. Maybe some knitting. Yeah, it's optional. Come chitter chatter with us. We're a fun crowd. Anyway, look forward to seeing you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.